Hello, I'm Jeff Bluttering and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So, I haven't recorded in a few days is because I felt like I was getting something the last couple of days I worked. And then when I woke up, I had this, my whole cheek was basically swollen. I got to the point where I could do this now, but it was, I didn't want this to be, I didn't want to do anything. I don't want to say no one would have said anything or made fun of me. It was bad. I got up to the point where it's basically pretty much normal now, to the point where I can do this, so. And I did record this, but I realized I didn't have the webcam on, so. With that being said, so anyways, these are the options we have. I would walk home with Yuri, or I'd still walk home with Sayori. And I picked this in the first attempt I did this, so we're gonna do this now. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down so. We may have just caused something we weren't supposed to. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? Really? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take it away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what would happen in that time? Alright, poem time. I forget, what did I pick? I forget what I picked the first time I tried to play this part. So we're just gonna pick something different. Playground? Rose? Peaceful? Daydream? I don't know what, we never see any of our poems. Ocean, nature, yeah, Doki Doki, there we go, picking that one. I picked that one too, last time. What are we writing? Puppy? Marriage. Anime, boop, love, memories. Man, I'm the last one here, and I'm gonna take a drink and spill it. Don't worry, I just walked in, too. Here's Yuri, but where's Sayori? Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano, says Yuri. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to out help out for the festival too. Ah, I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Mitsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Of course, you'd love that. You sound you sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Also, where's Sayori? She's not here, which is kind of concerning me. What did we do to her? We may have upset her with the suggestion that we walk her home. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your mouth. Mon? Ika? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. She's sitting alone in her desk. Sayori is sitting at the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Sayori. Yeah, hi, Jeff. Yeah, that's Jeff now. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? You say so. Sayori shows me a big smile. I feel like that was kind of forced. Like she was doing that just so we wouldn't worry. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Jeff, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? And what do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. What does downcast mean? Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber racer up and down her desk. Monica, there is something on her. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Jeff. What is that supposed to be? You certainly know her a little bit better than I do. Maybe she's never really like this. But she's never really like this. I completely read that wrong. She's always talked to me about things that bother her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, no. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest, that'd be me. What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Jeff. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light has turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not very different now than it has been. You're so funny, Jeff. No, I'm not trying to be funny. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? Well, I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about it, what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to worry about it for now. Yeah, I'm gonna worry. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watched her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everyone is back to normal. Everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Alright, we are going to pick Sayori first. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Jeff. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Yeah, no, it's not. Don't lie to me. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? This is not gonna end well. No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Jeff. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Atsuki. But in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else. Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. still understand you the most, Sayori. I knew you have. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when I'm thinking about you. Ew. Sayori, this got deep quick. I know, Jeff. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori, I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles, and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Jeff. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles for everyone. From everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Alright, this isn't gonna go well. Alright. Let's take Monica, and then I don't want this episode to get too long, though, so... Hi, Jeff. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in the club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it will turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. Ow, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. I didn't get a chance to read that. I had to make sure I didn't hit the stop record button. Well, Jeff, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. Now listen, Monica, she's been flirting with me since episode 1. Since we started this series all the way back in February, so... I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What would have happened all of a sudden? What could have happened all of a sudden? I don't like this line of questioning. Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift, the sky, victim of current of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else failed me, when all else have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall. And I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb of the forefinger, the hand of a beautiful day. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found everything. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only impossible. I am not her legend. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Yes, that was on purpose. That drink at the end. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but I couldn't pronounce that the first time, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into that. And anyway, in a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans are two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tips for the day. Of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not good enough? That's me in real life. That's why I don't share my stories with anybody and I keep them to myself, because in high school, I've been writing stories since I was in like 6th grade. So I shared them for a couple of friends I had in high school, and I don't know back then if they were just poking fun of me or what, but I was under the impression that they didn't like them, so to this day, I just feel like that's everyone. That's why a lot of my stories never get finished. Yeah, I would like to show them to the world one day, but, you know, I haven't been able to actually physically, because I start writing and then I don't finish, you know. I just put it down and I never touch it again, so it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. That sounds like me when I do YouTube videos. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Was this an audiobook? I feel like when she talks to us, she's like when she does that, when that dialogue comes up, she's talking to us, or you guys, at least. So anyways, that's going to conclude this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm Jeff Bloodery, and I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you next time.